Where are we, Lee?
We are at AES New York.
What does that stand for, Lee? What does AES stand for, Manny?
America Electronics Corporation.
Syndicate. Audio Engineering Society. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing marvelously well. Look, we're at AES. It's insanely busy. It's actually busier here for audio than I've seen even at NAMM. It is packed in there. When we got here this morning, the line it started and went all the way around, all the way down here. And when we first walked in, we thought, wow, there's 2,000 people lining up for Starbucks because the registration was by the Starbucks, which maybe they were. Maybe they were getting a coffee on the way in. But regardless, it's really, really busy. Really busy. There is a massive cross-section of people, a ton of students here coming from schools. This has got to be the biggest AES ever. Really excited to be here. If you're a manufacturer, this is a place to be. So many people coming in and wanting to know about new products. I think there's just an energy after spending 2 years in a pandemic, or as a danpemic, as we like to call it. And they're coming in here and they just want to hang out with other people, talk about music, look at gear. It's been absolutely wonderful. So here is day one of AES. So we're at AES, we're actually lining up to get passes. This is the line. And this is Liam. Say hi, Liam.
Hi.
What have you come here to look at? Anything in particular? Have you come to check out any particular gear?
Mostly like the technical presentations.
Excellent.
Yeah, but also sound toys and Apogee mainly.
What, did you see Bob Clay Mountain walk past?
No.
Oh, and Betty, his wife, who owns Apogee's over there somewhere, yeah. And what was your name again?
It was Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah. So Andrew, what have you come here to check out?
I'm really excited to come and check out some of the software like Sound Toys, IK Multimedia.
Lovely.
Those different companies, and I'm also really excited to see some of the mix with the masters.
Nice.
It's really interesting.
There we are. Look who's over here. It's Manny Nieto and Lee. Cool. And Eric behind the camera.
Yeah, nice to see that.
Rune, how are you?
I'm very good indeed.
I'm good. Well, this is fantastic. We're at Neumann, Berlin, but we're not actually in Berlin. We are here in, it's quite nice today, sunny New York.
Yes.
At AES. And this is the first person we're visiting with. Rune is Merging Technologies, which was recently purchased by Neumann.
Yes, this is a big day for us actually. This is the first show we do together since we were purchased. It's great to see things come together. I think it's hard to find a better match for merging. Neumann have microphones and monitors, and we kind of do the thing in between.
Well, we were talking off camera. So a friend of mine works in that Harvard, IU. They're digitizing the Library of Congress. They've been doing it for about 10 years now. And when they did the shootout of all of the different interfaces, IOs, they came up with merging being the one that they believe was the highest quality. The thing about merging, I'll say, to be honest, is like you pack so much stuff into a unit. I mean, look at the size of that unit.
Yep.
Tell us what it does. It is insane what it does.
It doesn't make coffee.
It doesn't make coffee.
But
and it doesn't drive your kids to school. But apart from that,
it does. It's an audio interface, but it's all based on missions.
Yeah.
So we have a mission more for the monitoring, and of course, right now a lot of things is Atmos and all that stuff. Which
all from that little thing.
From that one. We have a music mission that is more for the music creation. We could even do live concerts. And we just launched a third mission, which is for commentary, for live broadcast. So it's a very versatile unit. And back to your point from before, a key thing, of course, is it doesn't just do a lot of things. It sounds really good.
Yeah, it sounds absolutely amazing.
So, of course, here we are connected with the Neumann monitors. We also are able to connect directly via AES67. So if you had a Ravenna or database system, you have everything is a touchscreen.
Yep.
And you choose your speakers. You have double headphones, which is of course cool. Now we're with a headphone company as well. It's actually one of the things we often hear. It's like, I didn't think headphone preamps could sound this different.
Yeah.
And then, as I said, we work on different missions. And it's basically just going in and choose if you're doing monitoring or if you in the music mission. And another thing we've worked on a lot lately is something we call peering. Everybody are a bit scared of all this audio over IP and how does it work.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of effort to try and make it easy. And
Right.
the peering really works beautifully. You just choose, you hook up here with a happy,
Yeah.
and then you have a full network system. Like if you wanted to do an Atmos monitor controller, and all from this. And next to it, we have the bigger brother, the Horus. Same Anubis, but you hooked up with the Horus.
Oh, with the Horus, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And
yeah.
what's key with the Horus and the Happy is it's all modular.
Yeah.
So this has 2 slots, this has 6, and
Yeah.
then you can add your DA cards or your 80s,
64 MADI in and out.
AES,
24 AES.
and it's of course all flexible and scalable because
Wow.
we are doing things in audio over IP. So
It's amazing. It can be extended to 120 I/O by adding an additional expansion card without taking one of your 6 I/O slots. Amazing. So it doesn't tax your computer too much either.
no, that's of course another idea here. And actually speaking of not using the computer, another
Yeah.
thing we have just launched here is we have included SonarWorks room correction.
Great.
So it was already in the stereo version, and here for
Yeah.
AES we have a multi-channel, so
Yeah.
we can do a full Atmos room correction. And one of the drawbacks from the SonarWorks before is it needed your computer.
Yes.
Now we've taken all that out and put it into the Anubis.
Right.
So yet more cool stuff in the
Yeah.
Anubis.
Yeah, it was part of some of the beta testing of the SonarWorks one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
And of course right now with all the move in Atmos,
Yeah.
we see the first go, but of course all the big studios who could pay the right consultants and do everything perfect. Now we see the next guys, those who are moving up from stereo, they might not get the room perfect.
Right.
And they need a solution that can solve some of the room issues they have.
Yeah.
But they of course also need something that is not super expensive. And people are always surprised when they hear, an Anubis is a bit over $2,000. It's nothing crazy. So
Yeah.
you can actually
How much are each of these systems?
depending on which cards you're in, you are like $5,000 or $6,000 or up to 10, depending on how many cards you add.
Right.
But
right.
for a full Atmos monitor control system at $6,000 plus all your mic pre's plus,
Yeah.
it's quite price competitive.
Yeah, and it's incredibly high quality I/O as well.
And back to that, yes, I think
Yeah.
we sometimes talk about all the things we can do.
Yeah, talk about all the
They-
features, but at the end of the day, is the I/O amazing? Yes, it is. So that's the bottom
And
line.
does it sound good? Yes.
It sounds good.
Exactly. So
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
cool.
I agree. Great to work with Neumann. It's an amazing pairing.
yeah, I think when we had to choose, if we had, it's hard to find a better match. It's also
Yeah.
a long heritage. It's a brand everybody loves and trusts, and I think there's a lot of places we can really help each other to
Yeah, congratulations.
find new ways. So that's
Great.
really cool.
Great. Thanks, Doreen.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're at the Neumann booth, and this is Justin, and this is Steve.
How you doing?
How are you both? You good?
Good. How's it going?
Good. What did you come to see?
Everything.
Everything.
Yes, everything. Definitely interested in a lot of the mix with the master, talks.
Panels and such. Yeah.
Excellent.
Checking out Avid, checking out some of the microphones and live and post.
Any particular
mixing
mics?
stuff. Not
Neumann.
particular, but I do have a TLM49 at home.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so I use that for a lot of vocal stuff. So
Great.
It's
I don't know if Lawton's here. I have the Loudon Eden mic.
That's a
Love that
great
one.
mic.
Love it. Yeah. So we're here
great.
just getting all of the sensory overload we can for audio for the day.
Have you been in before to AES?
no. So we
It's
are
never this busy. I've never seen it
really
this busy.
really.
This
We're-
is
I
insane.
guess the pandemic got everybody.
Yeah, they all want to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a small business called Outbound Sound, so
Nice.
we do a lot of post mixing. So
Great,
coming out here
congrats.
is like a nice little thing to do for a company
Networking
here.
and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah, talk to people.
Great. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, great to meet you.
Appreciate it.
Great to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Chris, I'm Audioscape. How are you?
Doing well. How you doing, Warren?
I'm good. So we were talking the other day on a Skype call or a
Yes.
Zoom call about the 260 VU.
Yep.
So here I get to see one.
Yes, in the flesh. This is actually our production model. We showed
Lovely.
this earlier at NAMM, and that was just the prototype. It had like blue meters and it was all This is the final right here.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Lovely. Ah, yeah. God bless it.
Oh,
Know
yeah.
it well.
Yeah, they actually used different size knobs for this middle knob way back when, and we opted for the bigger, larger size.
Yeah. Oh, this is gorgeous. And you can link these presumably as well.
Yes. It's not a true stereo link, but it does link the timing caps, so
Right.
you get that shift in the stereo image. It's kind of I call it like a pseudo stereo link.
Okay.
Basically,
Great.
because you still have to set the controls, but yeah, you will get that shift in that image, you know, that you get when you link compressors
Beautiful.
together. Yeah.
Because I have three 165s, but I also, like I said on the call, I got a 162, which is the
it's a
stereo version of this.
Yep.
Oh, this is gorgeous. And how much are these going to retail for?
We're thinking around $14.99.
Right.
We might drop the initial for our email subscribers cheaper. Just
Subscribe to the email down below to get it cheaper.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we've had such great support from everyone, especially, you know, after the storm and everything like that.
Yeah.
So we really want to, you know, they've been given to us. We want to give back any way we can.
It's amazing. So let's start from the top and see what you're doing here. You're doing a lot of different things.
Yes.
Source selector up here. So is this something that's in production, or is this?
This is actually Coleman Audio.
I was looking at that.
Glenn Coleman actually shipped these to us, and we modify them for our NAMM racks. So you can so this is just something just for the trade show here, basically.
But that's good.
We should probably do one.
You should do something like this.
Yeah.
I could actually use something like this.
Yeah, it's actually it's really useful, actually.
It's a good idea when you've got an insert or something like that.
Yeah.
It's permanently plugged in. You just want to try out 4 or 5 different compressors.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you got here? You got like this looks like stereo EQ.
Stereo, actually reverb with a stereo
With EQ. I wasn't looking at this.
Yes.
I just saw the EQ. Oh,
so
wow.
we make this.
In big letters it says reverb system, but I saw the EQ. All right. Keep it
It's
in.
got
I like being an
the
idiot.
4-band EQ.
Great.
So this thing, we actually worked with the original designer. This is a reboot from the early 80s Mic Mix product, the XL305.
I don't know that. It's a new one.
Yeah.
For me, at least. Sorry.
To us, we describe it as like the best general purpose spring reverb out there that you can get, and it fits in a 2-rack unit form factor, so it's not going to take up a huge amount of space like a lot of actual hardware reverbs do.
I love this.
12 springs. We make the spring assemblies from scratch on these. So it is, like Manny was just saying, it's 12 springs, and we cut each spring.
Nice.
And so it's just a lovely, lovely spring assembly.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wow, that's effective.
Yeah.
And you got good music in this. What is this? Some good reggae.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a reggae track, yeah. I think it's one of Trevor's tracks that he found. So, the reggae track.
Oh yeah.
Wow, the EQ actually does something.
Yeah. And there's parallel wet, mono drive, which is like a link. There's mono return coming back.
Nice.
Very, very effective device.
Put it on the camera. Can you hear it?
It is better.
It's really good.
It is nice to have the headphones.
So when I'm putting mono drive in, what's it doing?
It's basically a stereo link, and it slaves the right channel to the left.
Okay, good.
It's only for the inputs, though. Everything else is different. And then the mono return is mono coming out of the tank, basically. It's more like an echo chamber than like a typical spring reverb almost. It's almost like a beautiful echo.
This EQ is great. So what's the EQ? Tell me about this EQ, because it actually does something, which is very unusual.
So actually, Wayne Kirkwood is the one who designed this originally, and it's a Ween EQ is what he used in it for the circuit, and it's quite effective.
You need to sell this separately as an EQ.
Yeah,
for real. It's a really effective EQ.
I agree.
Putting that 600 down, just like really,
and
the low end comes to life when you pull out some of the low mids there.
And the amount of options, you know, even between having this is like when it's mixed is 100% and parallel mode, because the originals didn't have this. It's really 50%, and you get full wet still right there. There's like every option you can think of on a reverb. Is, you know, we basically covered it. I feel like as far as the general.
Really nice, really nice. Nothing you could add as a bypass for the reverb, so people just use it as the EQ. You get best of both worlds. No, it's a really effective EQ. I really like it. Yeah, I like EQ that you just go, whoa, that's dramatic. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be like little tiny there. Sometimes you just want to get in there and really adjust.
Yeah, you want to carve.
Yeah, great. So obviously LA3As, DA3As, as it were. We were talking about this when we were chatting, how a few years ago this was something you couldn't give away, and then people realized that an LA3A, or in your case a DA3A, on a guitar is like one of the best sounds ever. It's just that pa, 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 explosive and so easy and so dumb to use. If you want to just get a great guitar sound and you want that spank and that initial attack, these are just fantastic. We already talked about the 260.
Yep.
Classic. What is this? What's the Golden 58?
This is actually a stereo 2 preamp. It's an original circuit of ours, and it's kind of in the realm of like a Red 47 type of preamp, but as far as its sound, but it's completely original circuit. It's lovely. It's got the line mic switches, so you can hear. You know, you can strap it across your 2 bus. It just adds this warmth, this thickness. It's fat, but it's not too woofy, if that makes sense. It's just nice and woolly.
I'd like to hear this.
Yeah, I think it's got a guitar track running through it right now. Yeah, just a nice little jazz guitar track.
Oh yeah, it really comes to life. It gets really.
I think Mark's got a few of these.
That's nice. So what is it, like a 200-ish though? It's interesting because if I go to the voice down there, I still hear the lows. When I pull that in there, it sort of connects the mids.
It's like a shelving.
It sort of connects the mids to the lows better.
But what's really interesting about this, if you put like a 76 style compressor after, it becomes super dramatic. Because of the way the impedance works. So it's.
Oh, it was quite dramatic. It was nice. So on the guitar, it was like, on there, it was like I heard the lows, but as soon as I pushed it in, it was like the mids and the lows connected in a really nice, full way. Haha. This thing's just called Full. Love it. So polarity, line mic, beautiful.
This is just diode compressor.
Right.
And then a stay level style compressor with all the expanded options that we've
How much
added.
is this?
This is $15.99 right now.
Nice.
Yes.
And this?
This is $14.99.
I mean, it's got a kind of Abbey Road-y thing. Is that what it's?
It's got that. It's got kind of like a 33609. Yeah. And like
so
all
it's
the diode comps.
Right.
Yeah, all the diode comps kind of mixed in a blender, but it does have that, that.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, we've got to get some stuff. We have to try it out, don't we, Eric?
Oh yeah.
Good. Yeah, great stuff. Well, wait there. What's over there?
Oh, we got another rack.
Wait there. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. We're going over here. We're going over here. There's more. But there's more. But wait. Okay.
We got the train wreck series.
Yeah.
We sell these just on Tuesdays right now. We just do a small offering, and we actually have an artist in Arizona that hand patinas all these. We send all like the parts, the front panels, the knobs, all that, and we have Lawrence Trainer do all the relicing work, if you will, on them, and we call it the train wreck series.
I like it.
Yeah.
I was going to make a joke about post-flood, but that's probably completely inappropriate and far too soon. So obviously, SSL bus style, G series, using the DAT VCA?
Yes. Yeah. We actually use our own recipe as far as like different grades of distortion for each section. Like whatever sounded best to me, and more like the G series is nice. what I went with. So we go higher distortion in the side chain.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is no need to say what this is.
Yeah. Work alike.
It's okay.
Got all the original tunes. Yeah.
Lovely.
That'd be great to start.
And then a 2A.
Yeah. It's called So, I don't know. Go on.
I love the way this drives.
Look for the unofficial audio scape.
This has been our #1 seller.
Yeah, that drives much heavier than a normal LA2A.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do different on it?
Not really too much. It's just
sounds better than mine.
It's a gain monster. It really is. And I found it interesting.
You haven't souped up the gain or anything?
No. And
interesting.
I noticed how
I'm
you
smashing
just
it.
crank, how you started smashing it. That's how I listen to it. Because I smash it, I want to make sure it's not going to fall apart. Especially when you crank the limit mode. You just crank it, you get that rubber band effect.
Definitely.
And then having this on the front panel, move from the back panel, the limit sensitivity. Really small changes, right where the zero just used to go. Makes a huge difference.
Like the guy that builds our auto, he's the one that he has 2 kids.
Yeah, it's great.
It makes this type of compressor much more usable. You see, you had it more in the middle.
I am not an LA2A fan. I use them once every 20 years, and what we ended up. I always tell people they're the best tambourine compressor ever. The first one, it's too slow at a tackle release to even handle anything. So you get this tambourine that's like this, and then the rest of it's just a blob of and that's why I love them. They're great on percussion. But many people swear on them on particularly vocals, obviously, but particularly on bass guitar. But I always find, but I like the way this is driving. When it hit it hard, it sounded very, I hate this word, I'm going to use it, musical. It was like, it was driving in the right kind of way.
We really, honestly, you asked what we did different. We really just went after the vintage, like units, like this 1968 schematic, and just all carbon composition resistors, my favorite capacitors that have that snap to them. And so there's
I've never been able to drive one as much as I can drive this. Maybe I didn't try. So blue stripe.
Blue stripe.
Lovely.
D revision, blackface, and 76F. This is a little bit different because these are done in the black, back then. But to differentiate it, we just added a black stripe to sort of say this is a different revision.
Are you doing 1178?
We have one in development.
Good.
Yes.
Very, very, very underrated compressor.
And it's so funny because people they're starting to come around to it. Because Ward's been bugging us for years to do one.
I've got a list of about 100 long now of people who want one.
The thing is, we did about 3 years ago or 2 years ago. We did went around Bob Clearmountain's studio, and he loves 1178. So people are like, wait there, the greatest mixer in the world uses 1178s. Maybe we should get one. And I love them. When I was a kid, another one you could buy for like 3 cents. Nobody cared.
I know. Manny's got one, and Ryan Hewitt uses one too.
Yeah, Hugh Power was using them back in the day. A lot of those great drum sounds and stuff he was doing. I don't know why people get weird about vintage equipment. They fall in love with something.
I think it's funny that people don't realize, even with plugins, like if they're modeling something, it's one iteration of it. You have to to get a range. There's a range this stuff all falls in over like 20 units. There is differences, and you either embrace it or you don't.
When you going to do the 1178?
I'm hoping we'll have one next year. To be honest.
Okay, well we'll get one from you. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's definitely
great. I mean, stereo rooms on drum kit. Unbelievable.
And backing vocals.
Backing vocals, on a mix, Yeah. They got a little extra crunch. Saves you a little extra EQ. They just bring the mids forward on the backgrounds.
I can't. Like the way the A revision gives you that nice, beautiful presence on top. Same type of thing. It distorts.
I remember when Hugh was telling me he was using them on rooms on drums. I'm like, I'm good enough for me.
Oh yeah,
good enough for me.
Yeah, I spoke to him about that because he got a couple. He got this piece, not the train wreck. He got the A and the V plus, the state style compressor. Yeah.
Nice, great. Well, thanks ever so much.
I think one of the most important things at any convention is, of course, the refreshments. And that's exactly what we're doing here.
Diet Coke. I live by this stuff. No, I don't actually. I normally just drink water all day. And cups of tea, of course. But this is probably the way I'm going to get through the day. I got maybe 4 hours sleep last night. How much did you get?
Oh, I was up and down all night, so probably like two hours in total.
Well, you were sharing a bed with Eric.
I was sharing a bed with
I mean, when we arrived at the hotel, he had the option of a twin beds, but he chose the double. I'm just saying. You guys
just wishful thinking.
You guys got snuggling last night.
The shower is pretty spacious.
Yeah, it's a good shower. Yeah.
Hey now,
but as you
Manny,
can see,
you want to bunk with these guys? Manny doesn't want to.
Manny's a married man. As you can see, this is one of the most popular spots in the whole of the AES convention so far.
Look, we've been here 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. It's the most packed I've ever seen it. It's busier
it's
than
great.
basically NAMM is for pro audio.
This is exciting.
They've done a really, really good year. So with Ethan here at AES, what did you come to see?
I specifically came to ask Chad Blake a question because he mixed a record that I worked on. I was assistant engineer on.
What record?
SOPA by Making Movies.
Wonderful.
Recorded in Memphis, Tennessee at Memphis Magnetic. Got to plug that. Recorded on an Ampex MM1200.
Wonderful, and he mixed it.
Yes, he did.
What was your question?
He did a great job. My question was, so these guys are very creative types. Every song had about 500 tracks, and I wanted to know how he kind of,
pared it down to something more easier to mix.
And because I've had that too, where people send me a million things, like they have so many crazy ideas, and it's great, but you have to. At the end of the day, it has to go down to 2 tracks, and you got to make decisions. But that was specifically asked, and he gave a great answer. So
what was the answer?
His answer was specifically with whatever he works on in the first hour, he makes those decisions. If things have multiple mics, he picks the one he likes. Like everything, it's all relative. But he gets it down to a point to where it's manageable, and then if he thinks of any tone differences or anything, then he'll go back and pull up different mics. But generally speaking, within the first hour, he culls it out. He makes creative decisions based on his personality, which is what all mixers do at the end of the day.
He's one of my favorite mixers.
He's so creative. He's so cool.
Incredibly creative.
He's nice,
Humble, yeah.
But then, that's my spiel.
Great. Ethan, lovely to meet you. Thank you for sharing. So you may remember at NAMM, we hung out with the lovely fellows of Zelia, and we're back. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Thanks.
Now, you have a new demo you want to tell us about.
Yes, so we have a solution that we can capture any live event and put this into virtual reality, and that's the demo.
Oh, okay. So remember, this is virtual reality. The demo you had before, I was in a room where there was musicians playing. I remember there was a piano player in one area, there was a drummer in another, and you could move around the room and hear the instruments just move the way they would if you were in the room. So this is well, tell me about how did you capture this?
Okay, so this is, we captured the Philharmonic Orchestra, so we use 30 Ambisonics microphones for that.
Wow, 30.
So we just put them all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's like 600 channels. And then we put this on this audio on the Oculus Quest. So during the playback, you are able to choose any place on this on the concert hall.
Wow.
So you can go between musicians, you can go on the audience, and whatever you want.
Okay.
So just explain you how this works. So you can.
I have one of these.
Okay. If you press this button, you will see a laser. If you release this, you will be teleported. Yeah? Okay. So just put you have to be closer here. Yeah?
Okay.
Put your goggles. Okay. Do you see a video?
Yep. I see.
That's the controller.
I see a conductor.
Put this here.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay. And
it's like when I play mini golf. Oh wow. I'm at the back of the orchestra now. So I'm with the woodwinds. Standing directly in front of the singer. Now I'm over by the cellos, or the celli. And I can see all the positions of all the ambisonic microphones. It's crazy, yeah. That was fun. So I was just moving around all the different mics. So I'm sure you heard what I was saying. I went to where the celli were, and then right at the back with the woodwind, and then I went to where the conductor was, because I was thinking to myself, that's what you'd be hearing. That's the perfect position, because the conductor,
Actually, it's not super perfect position, because in this concert hall, the acoustic at the stage wasn't very good, but on the audience it was better.
The audience side was much better. It was interesting. As soon as you moved behind the singer, the ambience was enormous, because she's projecting out into the room. And you're getting it all coming back. You go to the woodwinds at the back, all you hear is like the ambience. But it was fantastic, yeah. So this is
a recorder.
That's your recorder?
Yeah. So
yeah. I saw it looks like you were recording to like a 24 or 16 track Tascam or something. Is that what was down on the ground?
It's not possible because.
What was it on the ground then? It looked like a recorder,
No,
like
the video.
Yeah, in the video.
Okay, so probably there was something different.
Right.
Because this one is like we are able to capture this USB signal, and the other recorders are used on the analog signals. Yeah, so they're not able to capture.
Okay.
But with this recording was an interesting story because it was last year when everything was shut down and we couldn't go to US. So we recorded this remotely. Yeah. Just we have a guy who plays the microphone in the concert hall, and then we record the whole concert, control it from Poland. Yeah.
Right.
So we just. In the middle of the night, yeah, it was really interesting. Yeah.
Great. So this is the recorder.
Yeah.
Are these sold separately? They come together?
Yeah, it's separately.
Separate, right.
It depends on what you want, because this is mainly used by people who do the field recording, yeah?
Right.
Because if you, I don't know, work in the studio or more control environment, then you can just use computer, yeah?
Right, so you just come in a USB and then it's 16 inputs. You just enable 16 inputs. And obviously you have a certain nomenclature, a certain way of listing all of the different mics? Obviously.
Yes, of course you can. I think I don't have, but you can connect just this microphone to any DAW.
Yeah.
And then you can monitor all of these channels.
Yeah.
But then the better way is just to plug this ambisonics converter, and then you can use this ambisonics signal to play with it with them and mix it during the for whatever reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to use this, in a very organic setting with tons of musicians, basically around it. It'd be interesting to see how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, but in that case, we use a lot of microphones, so that's a little more complicated. Maybe I can also show you one of the demos. So this is a process of creating the sound. If you like to do this, I don't know, for rendering for Dolby Atmos or whatever. We recorded the car, we put the microphones around the car, and these numbers represent the physical real microphones. Mm-hmm. And but what is moving right now is like interpolated, like virtual ambisonics microphone. So we can put the person whenever we want. So you can work for like a VR, but we can also use this plugin to generate like a walking path. Right. And then you can use this in your, recordings. So you can listen to this if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to hear.
Yeah, so as you could hear, we can also interpolate the sound, how it's changing inside and outside of the car. So this position is fully virtual, but still we can get the sound from this position.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, congratulations. Are they doing well?
Yeah, we're doing really well. So right now there is like a lot of people interested in 3D audio.
Yeah.
So we see that growth almost everywhere. Just recently Netflix introduced 3D audio and replaced stereo. But we actually have this almost like Dolby Atmos, Everybody is thinking, okay, what to do with Dolby Atmos? Right now we have Metaverse, and the question is, okay, how to create the content for Metaverse, how to create the content for virtual reality. Sure. What is Metaverse? What is virtual reality? What is 3D audio for those contents? So that's why a lot of people is interested in creating, actually also learning, how to use this medium to express the music or something.
Well, fantastic. Yeah, great. Thanks ever so much for showing it to us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Excellent.